Right now, as you know that I'm part of Centrasota and the country stores right now, it's chick days at the country store. So you want to pick up a chick, there's some chicks there for you to pick up, So it's for the next month and a half. That's all chicks there.
Cruising for chicks.
Yep, cruising for chicks.
So we're not even going to explain that. We're going to let everybody figure it out.
This is the Buffalo Community Podcast, all about the greatest small town in the USA, the people in it, and how it all works together. Here are your hosts, Tyler Reiss and Mark Benzer.
Hey everybody, thank you for tuning into this week's episode of the Buffalo Community Podcast. We're really excited about it. Mark is about to introduce our guest here today.
So we have a 33-year resident of Buffalo. He is the manager at Community Lawn Care and the country stores for Centrasota. Husband to Julie and father of two, Randy Latzig. Thanks for
Not a problem.
out.
Thanks for coming in, Randy.
You bet.
Well, it's quite the bio that we introduced you with, and you seem to wear many hats, but they're all connected.
Yes, I do.
So say that again. It was you're the manager of Centrasota Lawn Care and
Country stores.
Country stores. Centrasota Country Stores.
Right.
On there. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, Centrasota is a co-op that's been in Buffalo since the 1922, I think it was. It started in what they used to call Sioux Town in Buffalo, right across the railroad track from McDonald's. It was a first creamery in the state of Minnesota. Then at that point, it had a feed mill there. It had a agronomy center for fertilizer and chemical. But as times changed, things grow. That is no longer there. Our main office now is located in the old Truman Welters building right on Highway 55, and that is where Centrasota's main office is. We have agronomy centers all across central Minnesota, from Cokato to Watkins to St. Martin to Uppsala to Little Falls to Santiago. Those are our main agronomy locations. We have country stores in Buffalo, Sauk Center, Uppsala, St. Martin, Little Falls. We have a feed mill that produces feed for all types of dairy, beef, poultry, whatever, located in Albany. It's a huge facility there with a couple smaller ones in St. Martin, Uppsala. So I became a part of Centrasota about 22 years ago. And at that time, I was a seed sales manager for working with the farmers on selling seed and fertilizer and chemical and all that. And as time changed with that, my role changed. We got into the lawn care business. We started Community Lawn Care back about 18, 19 years ago. We started it with the premises of how we built it is supporting the community one lawn at a time. And when our whole premise is that no matter where we go, we try to work with nonprofit organizations in those communities, be it Annandale, Buffalo, Maple Lake, whatever community we're in, that with that, when you do sign up for a lawn care business of the fertilization, weed control, we'll donate 5% back to a nonprofit in that area. I have to sit down with the nonprofits, whether it's all the members, or it's just a 3-person board, whatever the case may be, to kind of let them fill in and how they're going to work with us. So that changed, like I said, 17, 18 years ago. And at the same time, it was a perfect fit for me to also manage our country stores. And then the country stores, like I said, one in Buffalo, the Big Red Barn right on Highway 55 here in town. We take care of all you need, your cat, dog, small pet, big, We even had one year, we had to sit with Santa and somebody brought a pet pig in, 400-pound pet pig come walking in. So we have quite the array of fun.
How do you pet a 400-pound pig?
I don't.
Carefully.
They had a leash on the thing too. It was just like a oversized cattle leash, and he was
excited to see Santa.
He was coming to sight. Yeah, he just grunted. He rubbed his nose against Santa. And it was just like a kid, He didn't cry, but that was the only thing he didn't do,
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's kind of a. Now that we're on Santa, let's touch on the Christmas lights as well. That's a pretty decent transition into that. So not just lawn care, but it's Christmas lights installation too.
Yeah. Well, when we started Community Lawn Care, as you begin to build a business, you have employees. Well, lawn care here in Minnesota obviously only lasts 3 months. We got 9 months of snow damn near, type of thing.
Yeah.
But with that happening, so as we continue to grow, I needed to keep people on staff full time. We tried part time, but they were here this year, and then I had to go through the licensing and training because everybody's got to be licensed to go on your lawns to do anything. And so with that happening, to keep our people on staff, we transitioned to hanging Christmas lights. And that way I can keep them busy till just about Christmas time, because lawn care is done right around the 1st of October. So we've got October, November, and most of December to hang Christmas lights. And that has been a huge it's a business thing. Yes, we are making money, but the best thing is we just heard a customer here the other day that went with us, and they went all out. They did trees and shrubs and roof lines, and they told me that they had so many compliments of how well it looked, how clean and neat it looked. Well, that gave me kind of busted my buttons. That the team did a darn good job, and the customer is happy, and they're telling other people. So all of a sudden, so next year I'm going to ask you two to help us hang Christmas lights to keep it going. So
we'll start at my house. I like move the stuff out of the window so people can see the tree, because I don't get up on roofs, but I do enjoy a nice, nicely lit.
So that's how it all,
Christmas
so now we able to keep them busy until that time.
Yeah.
Okay, we got a couple months. Well, then, all the equipment is just basically the last day we get done, it's put in the shed and we start hanging Christmas lights. So with that, now from the middle of December till now, we are fixing our equipment, getting ready for hitting the lawns, and it works out very well doing that. That extra 2.5 months of something to keep you busy or them busy is big.
Yeah. Especially when you have a good employee, you want to keep them
Yes.
On there, because if they see greener pastures somewhere else, it's tough to keep them
Exactly.
busy.
Exactly.
So kudos to you and filling that, not only for the community but for your employees too. I think that's pretty great.
Mm-hmm.
Jumping back into the lawn care piece, because as we're filming here on March 11th, to this time of year, just you're in January, you feel like you're buried in the middle of winter, and then February goes pretty quick, 28, 29 days this year, and now all of a sudden we're spring. And I got to believe that is especially true in your business.
Yes, it is. We sent all our prepaid letters out to all our customers to prepay for them. Good to hear.
Yep.
Did I get it back?
Not yet.
Okay, what's the problem? Okay, just checking.
Okay, mailman.
I'm on sales now. Now you want to talk?
You will.
Okay, but so the prepays are coming in. People are, especially with the quick little melt that we have. We see little problems in the lawns. And that's our responsibility to help answer those questions. You see some lawns that have like white spots in the lawns. Well, that's snow mold. What you need to do is just need to rake it out. We need to get some rain. We need to put some fertilizer down, get that grass coming. That's cool. That'll work out. Once in a while with those problems, yes, we got to come in with fungicide to take care of some of those lawn diseases, but we try to stay away from that. We let nature try to take its course. The big thing you see right now is these piles of grasses and these little tracks in everybody's lawns. That's the big thing right now. My phone, I think I answer about 5-6 questions like that every day now for the last week, is it's voles. They have tunneled in your grass and they've kind of chewed the grass down. You got like a pile of dead grass. Will the lawn come back? Yeah, then it'll come. I got to sit down with customers, and I'm not going to give you my whole presentation, but it'll be fine.
Yep,
it'll be fine, type of thing. So, but yeah, so that's so now we're into it. The guys are taking down our Christmas lights, because part of the Christmas light thing, I'll touch back on that, is you pay XYZ for the lights. We put them up, and if there's something burnt out, we'll come and fix, whatever the case might ever happen, but that's very minimal. Then at this time of the year, when the ice and snow are off the roofs, we come back and we take the lights down and we put Reiss on a box. That's your lights. Okay, so next September we send you a letter. You got your lights? Want to do them again? Yep, put them back. We pull them out, set them up, we put them back on.
So I wouldn't have to store them.
Nope.
You store them.
I store them. It's kind of
You just have to untangle them.
yeah.
Shoot.
It's kind of like a lease program, basically.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
them. You pay us to put them up. I mean, the cost of the lights in it. Let's say if it's $500, that's what you pay me every year because lights burn out. We got to change bulbs.
Store it.
We got to store it. I myself at my own lawn, when I pushed snow the first time, I ripped the cord, so I had to put a new cord in.
Yeah.
But that's just the thing. So you get it, and we've Christmas lights. I think we've done now 7 years. I think this was our 7th season, and we've got people that it's a no-brainer. Get it done because you keep the wife happy, or you keep the wife. Whatever situation it is.
Right.
Happy wife, happy life.
That's always a good comment.
That's
Yes.
right.
Yep.
So Jenny, I think this is a good idea. I hope she's listening.
Right.
On there. That's great. So let's you talked about mailings. You send that out. So you obviously you have a you're tracking your customers. You've got that list of customers. How else do you, I guess, spread it? I mean, is it mailings? Is it social media? Is it print media?
Okay. We do a couple things. One of the things is you will see by looking out the window when our truck goes by. We are decaled up. We got our numbers on there.
Yep.
Trucks and our trailers. That is probably number one advertisement for us. You would not believe how many times we get calls. We're in a neighborhood, and the neighbor happens to see our truck, and they call us, and they want us to get their lawn taken care of too.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of the main one number thing. But as I mentioned to you at the beginning of how community lawn care started, is we give back to nonprofit organizations.
Yeah.
So I will sit down. And this happened many years ago with the Buffalo Youth Hockey Association. Okay, I went to the board and told them, here's a great opportunity. Instead of having the kids go out and sell candy bars every day, you got to sell so many candy bars or whatever the case may be. Here, just give me your lawn business and I will donate 5%. And an average lawn, you're going to get $15, $20 back to the organizations for just having me do your lawn. Who wins? You win with the lawn.
Yep.
The organization wins with money, and I win with business. So it's a win-win. So then when I set up the organization, then what I do is you put my flyer in your emails, in your newsletters to help support our funds. Get Community Lawn Care to do your lawn.
Creating a win-win-win situation.
Win-win-win.
No
And see, and I'll be honest, it is a cheap way for me to advertise because it's just a click of the button. You send it out. Now, granted, 17 years ago, there was a lot of paper mailings and stuff like that, which is gone by the side. We do a bunch of stuff on Facebook. We are not on the Instagram, Twitter side. Some people tell me that I should be looking at that, and I hope nobody that watches this is going to use this as a sales pitch to come and talk to me about that.
But yeah, well, we'll post it there. But yeah.
But that's our the organizational groups, our trucks, and then there are different sometimes in various communities or events that will put a banner up or we'll sponsor something, and that gets us roadway.
Yeah. I think visibility is great.
Yeah.
That's just my personal opinion and like you said, when you asked that question, my first thought was, well, their trucks are pretty visible. You see them around. So.
Yep.
Swagged up. I mean, yeah. I mean, well, we all do. I mean,
right. And that's if you're not proud, if you're not proud to wear your uniform or your logo, you better go look for something else.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah. Which kind of leads to not so much about Central Soda, Country Store, Community Lawn Care. It's more like, let's learn a little bit more about you. If you weren't doing what you're doing now, what do you think you'd be doing?
That's I saw that question when you kind of preempted it. I scratched my head, and I'm still scratching my head. All I know, I would be selling something.
Sure.
I was born the gift of gab. Yes, I still do some selling, but not as much as I used to because I'm in more management roles and teaching people, whether it's the FFA kids or whatever the case may be. So what would I be doing? I don't have anything in particular what I would be doing, but I would be selling something.
Selling something.
I have no, and then what's my dream of a product or a service to sell? I've sold printers and computers when I was kind of looking for work to do. I sold grain bins. I had nothing to, I knew it was going on a farm.
Right.
But, I'm from a farm, but, those were the things I sold because I made, it's sometimes, you use your connections and the people you know to get in the door and go from there.
It's usually the best way to go.
Yeah.
You do kind of have the gift of gab.
Oh, God.
You talk a lot.
I do. I do.
I say that
Has your wife
respectfully.
ever told you that?
Oh, yeah. Especially when we're with people.
Yeah.
She tells me, do you have to keep talking so much?
Yeah.
But that's just,
Who you are.
Yeah.
That's who I am.
All right. So, kind of along those lines, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but you also do some fitness instructing?
I did. I used to.
Okay.
I did used to be a spin instructor at the Fitness Evolution.
Yep.
I did that for about 10 years. I like to work out. I like to stay in shape, and I did that for 10 years. I've been not doing it now for about a year and a half. The classes kind of trickled down in numbers, and the club wanted so many numbers per class. So it says, I don't have to waste my time trying to spin away with 2 people. I'll go spin myself or whatever. So I do that.
Yep. And then on your own, what do you, I guess, in terms of, are you a biker? What do you like to do when you're not?
I like to bike.
Yeah.
I like to get on Julie and I, we've got not aggressive bikes anymore. I used to have road bikes. I used to compete in duathlons, various things like that. So, I had a bike that was lighter than this coffee cup. It was all fiber, and the tires were about paper thin wide, and give her and get her go.
Right.
And but now we just like to. Our relaxing time is just jumping on a Sioux Line trail and hopping on the bikes and go and things like that. And I keep busy with a whole bunch of other things.
Excellent.
I'm going to kind of change gears a little bit here. If you were to have a 2-week, all expenses paid vacation anywhere in the world, where would you go?
Probably to Ireland.
Ireland?
Yep.
Have you been there before?
Yes.
Yeah. Go back.
It'd be between Ireland and Germany would be the 2 places that I would go back. I've been to both. I've been to a couple other places, but the countryside, the atmosphere of Ireland, it is just wonderful. If you ever have the opportunity to go, take the opportunity to go. It is relaxing. They got a lot of beer pubs. I kind of
a lot of people that need lawn care too, I heard.
Oh yeah,
maybe you could get the company.
That's right. Yeah.
What's with all these goats? Get these goats out of here.
That's right. Exactly.
Well, you didn't know that was coming, and you answered that right off the bat.
Yep.
That is there something very special about that? Other than that, was there? Did you go there for a reason?
It was just a vacation. Julie and I went on a vacation to Ireland. It's very relaxing. It's not a very fast-paced life.
Okay.
It's very kick back. When we were in Ireland, we went to the Guinness factory where they make Guinness. You see grain bins at like a fertilizer facility or a grain elevator in Minneapolis. That's full of Guinness. That's what Guinness is. That's how many bins they have full of Guinness. And that was the only kind of hustle and bustle of the whole thing, because they're a tourist attraction type thing. But the rest of the time, you go into a pub, and there would be 2 locals sitting at the bar, and they would come up to you and start talking to you, ask you where you're from, how'd you hear about us, all the questions you would want to do almost as a salesperson trying to sell a product to them.
Sure.
And that's all they were. Here, I'll buy a pint. And then you would start.
You say, okay.
I would say, okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, your accent. Your accent.
Yeah. And Germany is the other one that I had mentioned. We were there about 7-8 years ago for Oktoberfest. You want an experience?
Yeah.
That is an experience.
That'd be a bucket list.
You want to see people.
Yeah.
That's an experience.
You have been a Buffalo resident for 33 years.
Correct.
What keeps you here? What is it about Buffalo that attracted you and keeps you here?
33 years ago, I started a dairy equipment business in Buffalo. That's how I came to Buffalo.
You said dairy equipment?
Dairy equipment.
Okay.
I had worked in the dairy business before Julie and I got married. I lived up in Sauk Center for a few years, and one day I decided to quit and get married. And so at that point, I had the opportunity. The Surge Milk and Equipment Company at that time said, "Hey, we've got a territory open back where you're originally from. We'd like you to start it." So I started a dairy equipment business from scratch. 33 years ago when Julie and I got married. At the same time I got married, started a business. Had that for a number of years. The community was very welcoming, new businesses. You may remember where Kentucky Fried Chicken is. There used to be an implement dealership there.
Okay.
Many years ago called Johnny's Implement. But
I don't think I remember that.
Okay, well, that means that dates how many
Sure.
years that you guys are around.
Yeah.
So that's where I started the dairy equipment business as dairy customers, dairy farmers in the countryside started dwindling and things like that. I sold the business out because it wasn't profitable.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I sold this and I sold that, dibble-dabbling around, and then started in with the seed company, Northrop King, selling seed to the farmers that I sold dairy equipment to.
Okay.
And started that up. And then as Northrop King got bigger and changed names, as I kept growing my business, Centrosota came to me that they wanted to get into the seed world. And they hired me away from Syngenta Seed Company to be their seed team leader. That's like I've been there for 22 years, but the first 3 to 4 years I managed our seed division for Centrosota, and that just enrolled into the lawn care business and then into the country stores. And you asked me, Mark, about spinning as a health at the health club. A lot of that I do a lot of coaching. Mm-hmm. I have done a lot of coaching. I've coached for 22, not quite 22 years myself coaching. I've coached from running the T-ball organization mm-hmm. all the way to coaching varsity lacrosse. And then that's football, basketball, baseball, softball. I've coached it all. And it's just fun to stay in the community because, I wasn't a wrestling coach, but I knew of all you guys did, mm-hmm. and things like that,
Who didn't?
Yeah, exactly. So, and it's fun to be in and part of that, what to kind of answer it in a nutshell is it's very rewarding to be in the community. I've been involved. I've been the chair of the chamber for a number of years. I've been chair of many other organizations and stuff like that. And one of the things that I tell kids when I speak at the high schools or at the colleges, whatever classes, the CEO program from Right Tech, is that never burn a bridge. I might not get the sale to somebody, but I'm not going to say that blah, blah, blah customer. I don't like them, because I started a dairy equipment business and I went to all these farmers. Well, they sold the dairy cows, but they kept farming. Mm-hmm. Then I went back and I sold them some grain bins. Then I went back there and I sold them some seed. Mm-hmm. And then now I go back there and I sell the lawn care. And I am very proud. I'm not bragging, but I can drive onto almost pretty much 99% of every yard, and they're going to say, "What the hell are you going to sell me now?"
Yeah.
And I will tell you what I'm going to sell you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It reminds me of one of my favorite sayings, reading some proverbs and books and business books, is he who burns a bridge better be a damn good swimmer. Mm-hmm. And then as you're telling that story there, it's not just community lawn care. I mean, community is a really big part. I kind of forgot you were involved in all the coaching and all of that. I mean, it's not just 3 hats. I mean, you
Oh yeah,
you wore a ton of them. I mean, I like seeing that. Actually, this morning, Mark and I were at middle school mentoring. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think we're kind of doing that same thing as well, just being a little bit more involved than just our regular day-to-day business. Mm-hmm. And I think that's why Buffalo is so great.
Yep.
We have a lot of people like yourself to step up outside of their business and really give back
Yep.
on there. So
Yep.
thank you. Thank you very much for that.
No problem.
Anything, Randy, that that you got coming up here? Obviously, how can people get a hold of you to get
just
their lawns taken care of as a customer?
Best thing to do is go to Centrasoda, www.centrasoda.com, hit on lawn care. It'll take you right to our link on the net. You can Facebook us, Facebook Community Lawn Care, myself, whatever the case may be. And we will be more than happy to answer questions, give you ideas, give you the pros and cons, the goods and the bads, whatever it might be. On the lawn care side, right now, as you know that I'm part of Centrasoda and the country stores right now, it's chick days at the country store. So you want to pick up a chick, there's some chicks there for you to pick up, So it's for the next month and a half. That's all chicks there.
Cruising for chicks.
Yep, cruising for chicks. So
we're not even going to explain that. We're going to let everybody figure it out.
But yeah, so I mean, it's a great community. There's always something going on. We're just not the only ones that got stuff going on. There's just a lot of stuff, and I thank everybody that has done lawn care business with us. I hope to continue to prosper with that. We've got new products always coming in the lawn care service, making life easier for you as a customer, along with the products that we've got now. It's so much safer for the environment. It's a one-time fertilizer spread, one time, and we're done fertilizing for the whole year, so you don't have to worry about anything. It's in the store. Just a lot of specials going on. Take a look and give us a holler.
Yeah, and I'm just kind of curious. So I guess what I always do is the year-long fertilization treatments. Do you guys offer, what is some of your more basic services? Like if somebody maybe, let's say they fertilize their own lawn, is there a kind of a one-time service that you guys offer for raking or just kind of, for example, would be?
For us, that's what kind of sets us apart from the competition. And can I use a competition name?
We'll edit it out if you can.
True Green,
Yep.
True, Chem Lawn, True Green.
Yep.
They're the big nationally known company.
Right.
Okay,
Yep.
If they're going to want to do something, they're going to sell you a package,
Right.
and they will sell you a package. They're very good at it. They will sell you a package, and it's just not one package. It's a 5 or 6 package deal. We will do one service for you. You fertilize your own lawn, you want to do it yourself. You don't want to do it, but you want us to come in and take care of the weeds.
Aeration
We'll just come in and do the weeds. If you want us to do aeration, we'll just do an aeration. You want to have somebody just come do a spring cleanup or a fall cleanup. That kind of stuff we sub out, but I've got some very good subs. I will give you the names, and then you can work with them. You want just your lawn mowed, we got subs that can do that. And if you want just 2 times a year, 3 times a year, 4 times a year, 5 times a year, whatever, I'll piece it together for you.
Yeah. I think some people get it in their head that they're hiring you for a full service package.
Right.
When in reality, it could be that you're just looking for an aeration, or you're just looking for somebody. I don't want to break. I don't want, don't hesitate to call for some of those, one-time services.
Yeah. And
Like a good sales guy, you're going to make it work.
I'm going to make it work.
You're going to make it work.
We'll make it work.
Awesome.
Yep.
So one of the fun things I kind of like doing is a speed round.
Okay.
One word answer, just the first thing that pops into your mind.
Okay.
You don't have to explain it or anything. Just kind of jump right to it.
Okay.
Coke or Pepsi?
Coke.
What's your favorite movie genre?
Ooh.
I don't love that question.
Favorite movie's Rocky.
Rocky.
Which one?
Probably 3.
Okay. As I said, you don't have to explain it, but I follow up on there. Okay. If you could only eat one meal for the rest of your life, it's not your last meal, but you had to eat the one meal the rest of your life, what would it be?
That's a great question.
Brisket.
Brisket. Oh, nice. But boy, we really appreciate you coming in today.
Hey, it's fun.
Again, Randy Latzig with Community Lawn Care, Centrasoda Country Stores, and Christmas lights. many hats. Say hi to him, stop him, wave him down, see what he can help you with. So,
Yeah.
Border Chevy.
All right.
Glad you didn't have.
Thanks for tuning in for this week's episode of Buffalo Community Podcast. We look forward to seeing you next time.
Perfect time.
Right timing,
Right
nice.
time on the
Cool.
dot.
Awesome. I'm going to
All
push
right.
stop on these. That's great. Everybody's microphones are still on. So,
Batteries still work on mine?
yep. Battery still works on yours.
Mine's good.